anything that is worth it, anything good, requires an investment in you, an investment in your time. And so what I always recommend is that people section out a part of their life for this to happen. So for instance, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, from 6 to 9 o'clock, I will work on my certification. So where do you start? The first thing that you start with is asking yourself the question, what do I want to be? Who do I want to be? And so let's say that you've decided that you want to be a director of IT or security, a CISO maybe, director. And so where do you start? Well, I just got out of my entry-level job and I'm just now getting into technology. All right, let's say you start with the A+. And what you're going to do, and these are some very important things, if you can get a class with a live instructor, get a class with a live instructor. And the reason why is because you can ask live questions that may be very difficult for you, but very obvious to the instructor. If you can't get a class with a live instructor, then you're going to be going through books and so on. What you need for every one of these levels, you need two things. Number one, a practice test, a series of practice tests that you need to be scoring in the 90s before you go take the real test. And number two, you're going to need some type of hands-on lab. And so you can, if you bought the A+ book, for instance, and you buy the one that has those things in a DVD in the back of the book, or you can go online and get that information. You need practice test information, and you need some type of hands-on lab, because a lot of these exams have at least some component. You know, put the web server where it belongs in the network architecture, and you drag it into the DMZ, right? So those are some things. And how long will it take? So for each exam, I would allocate 6 months at least for an exam, depending on the difficulty of the exam. Also, depending on how much time you have. Now, I've worked with people who had a lot of time and they were in between jobs, and they're like, I'm going to take all the time. I'm going to work on this all day, every day. And they've been able to compress that down to a month of intense study, but they have all day. So for the busy professional, you're probably going to look at a 6-month journey for each of these exams, in my opinion.